your girl La Vie, and I just want to say welcome to Ventilate and Vibe. I am excited about our guest today. I am very, very, very excited. Fun fact, we met on a yacht.
Where'd you meet your friends?
Where did you meet yours, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, the highly anticipated founder of Highly Textured,
Yes, ma'am.
Serina. Say hello to the people.
Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Thank you very much.
To the darling people. Yes. I'm thankful to have you here.
I'm thankful for you asking me to come on.
Heck yeah. I want to encourage everybody, especially our black entrepreneurs, to support each other and to let's cross promote this thing. You know what I'm saying? You got a brand going on. Let's cross promote and encourage you and encourage our audiences to support our businesses. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So I'm gonna just jump right in.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, let's jump.
3 facts.
Okay.
Tell me.
3 facts about myself. I'm a hairstylist or a hairdresser. Okay. I love music. And I love anything that makes my adrenaline rush.
Ooh.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I was gonna say,
Not anything. What I mean is like jumping out of planes and things like that.
nice. Have you done the indoor skydiving?
Not yet, but my 30th is coming up in May, and I'm planning to jump out of a plane.
An actual one?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! You don't want to do like the indoor one first?
You think I should practice?
Yeah, girl. Practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes
Okay. We're gonna practice indoor.
indoor,
And
and
we're gonna
then.
try. Okay. We might have to
Ooh,
plan
she
that
said
field
she just
trip.
want to go straight out the plane, just straight. Gee whiz.
Pretty much.
So you are a hairdresser, you said?
Yes.
A little bit when we were preparing for the interview, you mentioned something. You said that it's more than just hair.
Yes.
Elaborate on that for me.
So I'm full-time hairdresser behind the chair, and I am a colorist. I am trained with all hair textures, but I pretty much work with a lot of natural curls, natural texture that's in the hair.
Pause.
Yes.
For the people in the back that don't know what a hair colorist is, because I learned when I met you. I was like, ooh, I want one of those. So explain to us, what is a hair colorist?
Okay, so anytime that you are trying to alter the actual color of your hair.
Microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anytime that you would like to alter the color of your hair, I would have you come in, we'll do a consultation, and we'll pretty much try to figure out which tones work best with your skin tone. As far as the placement goes, we'll work with your face shape and those type of things too. So
Wow,
that's pretty
okay.
much what I do.
So depending on on the shape of the person's face,
Yes.
that depends on where you will apply the color.
Yes.
It's a science to this, y'all.
Levels.
You know what I'm saying?
Levels.
And wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's what's up.
Yes.
So more than just a hair colorist, it's about wellness.
Yes. So although I feel like coloring hair is like what I do as an artist, but as far as my guests when I come in, I'm really, really big on like the maintenance behind hair and hair care. I think over the last like 2.5, 3 years, I kind of switched over into like a more holistic lifestyle. And with that came Highly Textured, which is the all natural hair and skincare line that I have as well. Mm-hmm. But when I said earlier that it's more than hair, I realized I would come across a lot of women and men that would come in. They are struggling with alopecia. They're struggling with hair thinning. They're struggling with balding. And we're trying to figure out what the issue is.
Yeah.
One thing I saw was that this seems like a common problem in our culture and not necessarily in other cultures, meaning like Caucasians and whatnot. So I'm like, what are we doing that they're not doing?
Yeah. What is it?
A lot. Oh, okay. All the lace fronts, even though they was wearing them before us, all the glues on the hairline and all of that stuff, they don't really mesh well with our, I guess our skin and things like that. But it's actually deeper than that. It actually comes from a level of like nutrition. It all dates back to nutrition. So anything that's going on with your body or your hair, you can go out and get the best products you want. But if you're
Ain't
not
gonna do a
taking
thing.
care of the body on the inside, you're going to have problems. So that's pretty much where Highly Textured came in.
Nice.
The more and more books that I was reading, I saw something that was consistent throughout everyone's research is hormonal imbalance and a huge malnutrition of the body, not having enough nutrients.
Take care of yourselves, y'all.
No, seriously. All of the same nutrients and minerals and vitamins that your body needs to be alive, your hair needs the same.
Okay.
So your body has like a defense mechanism. Our bodies are very intelligent. So when you don't give your body enough, it starts to take from what's stored in your body. So for example, you have major organs that have to go in order for you to be walking on this earth. You got your heart and things like that. Well, when your hair doesn't have enough, it's going to pull from other areas and give to what's needed the most. Your hair, you don't need hair to be alive, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So it will pull from what's stored in your hair to give to your heart. And a lot of times that results in thinning and balding and things like that. So it's kind of like I want people to start making the connection between what they're putting in their bodies and what they're seeing. And this Western medication, they pretty much, not Western medication, Western world kind of teaches us to treat our symptoms.
Yeah.
You got a headache, you take Tylenol.
Yeah, not to prevent a thing.
Exactly.
Come on, preventative care.
Okay. Let's prevent it from happening in the first place. So we're taught to treat the symptoms when the symptoms are a signal that our body's giving off to let us know that something's off balance. Life is about balance, even with your body. So when you are seeing these things happen, that's when you need to take a moment and say, okay, how am I feeling? Am I feeling weak? Is my iron levels low? Most people don't know that iron is completely needed for your hair growth. Like, it's not just, and they're in the whole world walking around talking about, oh, I'm anemic. Well, do you know that you can die if you don't got enough iron in your body?
Let me tell you something. I recently found out that I am anemic.
I thought you were about to say you almost died.
No, child.
Please don't.
No, child. Because I'm drinking this beet juice and I'm eating the spinach and I'm trying to take care of myself because I'm like, yeah, man, this is not okay.
Yeah.
You know? I gotta make, like, I'm starting to focus on what I'm putting into my body. Not because of my hair, because I don't really have a lot of hair. This is just but definitely because I know that it does matter.
Yes.
It matters what we put into our body. So I just recently found out, and like right now I'm literally on medication.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to do is just give my body the right things so that I don't have to be on the medication anymore.
So you're on medication for the anemia?
For the anemia, and she said and low folic acid.
Okay, so anemia is usually like, of course you know, a lack of iron.
Yeah.
So if I were, anybody that's listening as well, make sure you guys are eating iron-rich foods. So I know a lot of times they tell you to eat a lot of meat. But think about it. What's the animal eating?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't be doing that.
What the animal eat? The animal is a vegetarian.
Hello.
That's
grass
how he was able to get
stuff.
all that protein and all that iron into it. So when you're eating the meat, you're eating secondhand protein and secondhand vitamins that your body really doesn't know how to digest. It's better to just eat the actual
greens
thing that's giving the animal what you're looking for.
Word.
A lot of beans. I love sunflower seeds, so I'll sprinkle them on my salads and stuff like that. Sunflower seeds are packed with iron. Beets. There's certain herbs as well. And if you want, when we air this, I can kind of give you like a list to give to the people.
Come on, a list.
Yeah, because we're going to get this together, y'all.
Heck,
gonna get healthy,
yeah.
Okay,
I like it.
But yeah, iron's a big thing, and then most people don't know that your iron is responsible for delivering all of the oxygen to your organs. So if you don't have enough iron in your body, you can die. Same thing with potassium. If you have low levels of potassium, you can die. Your scalp needs zinc. Zinc helps your scalp produce the natural sebum that moisturizes your scalp and keep it nice and moisturized. So when we don't give our body these things, like, it doesn't only affect the body, it affects your hair too and your skin. So Highly Textured is more so, we're trying to educate our consumers on how your diet, and diet doesn't mean just food. Diet is food, what you're eating, what you're drinking, and how you're thinking.
Ooh,
that's another thing. So besides the malnutrition, the other main cause of the hair loss and the alopecia and all that stuff is stress.
Yeah.
We don't know nobody that's not stressed.
About
And that's
something.
not okay. Like, stress, when you're stressing, you're putting the entire nervous system through shock. You're putting your follicles through shock that are supposed to grow your hair. Everything's out of whack. So it's going, those are the things that I want people to start, like, keeping in mind. I guess it's just putting intention behind our daily routines.
Ooh.
So you're not just washing your hair. Like, let's get in the shower and do a shower meditation while you're washing your hair.
Come
Put
on.
some music on.
Shower meditation.
Let the water run off.
Come on.
You know, you got to speak to it. Say, all my problems is running off while there's water running down my back.
Hello, today. Just run on off now.
Yes,
I like it. I like it. I like it. We spoke a little bit about self-care.
Yes.
About how we can get so caught up with going from one goal to the next goal that we forget to sit down and praise ourselves and give ourselves a thumbs up.
That's right.
Or a pat on the back.
That's right.
Because we accomplished a goal.
Yep.
You know, we have to celebrate the small successes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know that we are all working on something that's going to be much greater, but the small successes matter too.
Absolutely.
How do you show yourself appreciation?
Well, this is a fun one. So I just recently learned this. I can't remember if I was listening to Les Brown or Miles Duncan, I think that's his name. But he talked about how when you're a child and like your parents are teaching you to do things, they usually do it by giving you a reward.
Yeah.
Like, come here, like, come walk over here and I'm going to give you a piece of candy.
Right.
Even when we're training, like, our animals. Like, come do this, I'm going to give you a treat.
Word.
So it's kind of like the same concept you need to do with yourself. But it doesn't have to be anything crazy like, oh, I'm going to buy me a diamond. Like, sis, chill out.
I'm going to buy a car. You did good.
Like, you did one of the 12 things on the list. Calm down. But little things like, let's say if you drinking a cup of coffee. You get done with this one thing, you take a sip of coffee. You get done with the next thing, you take a sip of coffee. Okay, you might take a break and go get a snack. Like, little things like that to train your brain to want to do something else for a reward. Because it's kind of like what we're doing in real life. We're working hard to get to the reward of actually getting to our goals.
Come on, paycheck.
So it's the, okay, residual.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's kind of like the same thing. Making sure you do that. I have like affirmations that I do. It's this guy. I gotta put y'all up on game. I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna tell y'all.
Up on
but
game.
I gotta get my phone because y'all gotta have this.
Come on this day, you have to have this.
It's this guy. Shout out to my friend Marley.
That's
she
what's
put me
up.
on. Let me see the name of it.
I love it.
I listen to him in the mornings. He has this affirmation in the morning that you listen to, and the first time you listen to it, it might make you a little emotional.
Oh, man.
But you're going to get past it.
Yeah.
You know. But it's called You're Enough. And the guy's name is Londrell. Have you listened to his music?
No.
You need to look him up, sis. Everybody that's watching this today, y'all need to look up Londrell, okay?
Do it now.
He has a meditation that's called You're Enough. And when I tell you, I ended up writing the lyrics to the chorus on my mirror.
Oh,
So, like, when
that's
I would
dope.
have moments where, like, because you're going to have moments.
Of course.
You're going to have moments no matter. What is that? Murphy's Law? That you
Yeah,
can't
absolutely.
escape. No matter who
At
you
all.
are, you can't escape it. So you need to know, like, how to pick yourself up when you're in these moments. So sometimes writing on my mirror does that for me. Because I'll walk by the mirror and then I'll look and I'm like, I'll read it and I'm like, okay, you got this. Like,
Yeah, man.
chill out, you got this. So little things like that. And I would definitely recommend making a list of pick-me-ups. I got this from Les Brown too. He
Nice.
said you can't avoid the storms in life.
Yeah.
And they're necessary for you to get to the next level. But you need to know how to pull yourself out of it. So what gets you out of those funks? And one that I realized with me is I love to laugh.
We
Like
did a
when
whole
I
lot of
tell
that
you
today.
I have some days where I wake up and I'm like, I just want to laugh all day. And my best friend like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, laugh till I cry. Like, you don't want to laugh till you cry.
Laughter is good for the soul. That's what they say, right?
But I'm telling you, I was having a, I'm not going to say stressful. And that's another thing. We got to watch our words.
Word.
But,
listen,
that was perfect. Y'all ain't see that.
No, that's real. We have to watch what we say.
No, facts. They call it spelling words for a reason. Okay? Casting spells with the words that's coming out your mouth.
You better speak correctly.
Come on, God, now. I was having a day where I was under a little pressure, and
I like how
it
you say
wasn't
this.
shaking because I'm trying to get myself out of the habit of saying like, oh, I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Because you're manifesting that for yourself.
Absolutely.
Even if it's true, don't say it because you only get what you focus on.
Yeah.
So
I hope y'all getting these
little jewels.
Y'all getting these
But I ended up on the phone because I just moved. I ended up on the phone with the leasing office, the guy from the leasing office, the realtor. This dude had me cracking. He was so funny. I couldn't stay in that mood no more, and I was dying laughing on the phone. And I wrote it down. I said, from now on, if I'm having those moments, I gotta go find a movie or something that's gonna make me laugh.
Stand-up comedy.
I'm telling you, something that's gonna get me out of that. Music. I love music. It's certain songs you can't have no attitude when Marvin Gaye come on. You know.
Listen. Look, when you hear it, you just want to be like, oh,
hey,
shoot.
Your foot gonna be tapping. Something's gonna go.
Yeah, man.
So having those lists of things that's
pick-me-ups.
The list of pick-me-ups.
I love it.
Start creating one, y'all.
You got a whole bunch of nuggets.
Okay.
This is good.
Need a little dip.
I like it.
Dip for the nuggets.
I like it. Come on, dip. Oh.
We're annoying. I'm annoying, y'all.
Look, it's the both of us. Because I'm just joining right on in. All right. What are you grateful for?
Two things. I would say I'm grateful for the ancestors that have come before me.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for the storms. Like, I used to sit and me and the storms, we wasn't getting along. I was fighting them a lot.
Yeah, man.
But, like, now that, I don't know, I just know that everything's going to be okay. So, and I know that God, my ancestors got me. Like, anytime something comes up, I don't care what it's looking like. I don't care what the paperwork looking like. None of that stuff.
Speak that.
I'm not going off of that because that's not how I roll. My people's got me.
Yeah.
And when I say people's, I mean God and my ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
Get it right.
So, I'm thankful for the storms because they're teaching me how to master myself and and learning how to respond instead of reacting.
I dig it.
I would say that's what I'm most grateful for.
Something that is dope. I like how, I got my offspring, so I watch a lot of kid movies. Okay. And in Finding Nemo, there is this one scene. Finding Nemo, girl.
I love Finding Nemo.
Come on, Finding Nemo.
And Dory.
Just keep swimming.
Yes.
Just keep swimming. Right? Okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. We're adults. And, okay. So, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when the father was looking, Dory, she was like, I think that we're supposed to go through this. And Marlon, the father, was like, nah, let's go to the top. Let's go over it because it just makes more sense. This looks too scary, to go through it. And the instruction was to go through.
Exactly. She listened to her intuition, that inner God. I
took that and I was like, this is exactly what we ought to do.
Yep.
A lot of times we think that, I know when I was growing up and I gave my life to God, I knew in my mind, when I gave my life to God, everything was going to be okay.
That's right.
No. No. That's not what salvation is. That's not what giving your life to Christ is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's about having an inner strength, you know what I'm saying, to be able to go through. We try to bypass.
Absolutely.
the situations, and when you bypass the situations, you're gonna get stung by jellyfish.
That's right.
Like they did
1,000 of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Since you ain't want to take this one lesson, now you about to get 3.
Okay, and ain't nobody got time for these 3 lessons, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through. You got to go through to get to.
That's right. You're touching on something that's very important. And listening to some of those videos with those people like Les Brown and whatnot, he talks about that. You gotta go through it anyway.
Just do it.
But it's about perception. I think I try to stay away from calling us lazy because I understand how we got into this mindset.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's up to you to become aware and make some new changes.
Yeah.
Too many people are doing exactly what you said. Like, we try to avoid it. Like, you can't avoid it. Like, I have a friend that I'm dealing with right now, and I'm proud of her because I see me a year ago. Like, what she's going through right now, I see her and I see the end result. And right now she can't see it, but I couldn't see it at the time either. And she feels like she's just doing everything wrong. I said, no, we got to stop looking at don't look at storms as something negative. And you know what I always love to pull it back to?
Yeah.
You remember the movie Moana?
Yes.
Remember when little shorty was on the boat
Shorty.
and she was all in the storm and was upset? And why you got me going through this storm when you was the one who told me to come out here?
Yeah.
Chill out. That storm actually brought her to shore where she needed to go. So I think we have to change our perception.
I feel like I want to... Let me go to church.
Girl, I'm going to shout. But I think we need to change our perception on what's happening. Like, we think just because it's something that seems negative that it's going to have a negative outcome, and it cannot. Like, listen, I'll tell you a real life story that's going on right now.
Come on, real life.
I walked in my apartment. I went off to Fort Myers for the weekend. Walked in my apartment. It was flooded all over the floor.
Oh, man.
Soon as I looked at it, so I'm very spiritual and I'm very into numbers. I looked at my clock and it said 111. And instantly I was like, don't allow your body to go there. Like, we're going to be good. Like, this is happening for a reason.
Everything does.
It's happening for a reason, and this is going to be your way out of here. Mind you, I've been having problems with the apartment complex for forever.
Come on.
So now I done got out of my lease for free, no problems, and I'm in a brand new apartment. Yeah, some of my stuff got wet, but that's what we got renter's insurance for.
Come on, brand new.
And I ain't about to get a couple of dollars you want to pay. You want to think about
a couple of dollars.
But when I was in my old, like a lower frequency, I'm gonna say that.
Say that.
We have higher and lower frequencies.
We do.
All of us do.
Everybody.
When I was in, we all do
so good
every day.
It's so good. Yes, we do.
Yeah, but when I was in that mindset, something like that would have, oh my God, I'm telling you, I
your whole everything. You hear me?
I'm crying, and why does keep happening to me? And God, I'm trying to do what you asked me. You doing all that and stress your body out, and God already had it worked out for you.
Right around the corner.
Already worked it out for you.
Literally.
But you too busy stuck on in the emotional. See, and that's what I mean as far as responding instead of reacting. I reacted my whole life. I watched my mom, my parents, everybody react. We react. As soon as something happens, it's, oh my gosh, and oh my God, and what we gonna do? But if you just chill and let this thing play out, you done stretched your body out, which, here we go, back to the problems. You stretched your body out and put your body through all this stress when it was already worked out.
You losing hair.
I'm telling you.
Girl, I don't went to my little ball spot, honey.
I'm telling you, and it's like, for some reason, we forget. It's like we say we have faith, but somehow in the midst of what's going on, we forget. And we allow, like, the little things, like, that happen in life. They seem like big things, but they really not.
Not at all.
And we react to it, and you really supposed to be focused on something else, but instead you focused on what happened. Then you go and you call everybody. You call your mama. You call your best friend. You retell it, so you relive it, and now you re-manifesting all of that stress back on you again. Ooh. When that whole situation was happening, when I was going through that part, I ain't talked to nobody. Like, my body was trying to freak out.
Yeah.
But I literally had to stop. I went and got my sage. I walked outside, put my
Align
feet in the
yourself.
ground. I said, we not doing this.
Align yourself.
We not doing this because I know there's something greater. We not about to do this. I can't talk to mama today because she gonna freak. Guess what? Mama gonna have to go on pause too.
Everybody.
And listen, some of y'all need to put y'all family on pause too. Okay? I'm speaking to the camera on that one. I don't care if it's mama, daddy. If they messing up your piece, I'm gonna need for you to balance that on out.
I ain't say it.
Okay.
She did. I ain't say it. She did.
Put that there.
Just put it on out there. This is all right.
Yeah.
Because, oh, man.
We don't realize how much stress we inflict on ourselves.
Like, cause sometimes when you're just used to doing a certain thing, you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes gets a little bit hard for you to, get back on track. Mm-hmm. But I'm thankful I get back.
Yes, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about being aware. As long as you're aware, like, don't be hard on yourself. You're going to make mistakes. Yeah. Like, fail fast. Ain't that what Will Smith say? Fail fast.
Yeah.
And frequently. A lot. So that you can keep learning and keep moving on. But, like, don't beat yourself up. Think about what you can do different the next time and how you can have a different outcome and just move on. That's another thing I used to do. I would beat myself. Mm-hmm. And I still have moments where I struggle on it. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm around the right people now. And
come on, your surroundings.
Talk about. Your environment is huge. So, and I know, like, a lot of people like, oh, well, what all this got to do with hair? It has a lot to do with hair. It has
Talk about it, man.
I had somebody hit me up on Instagram that's like, oh, well, my hair is falling out. You got an oil. My first question to anybody is, what is your diet like? What's your daily routine? Because me giving you something to put on the outside is not going to help what's going on internally. You just masking the problem.
That part.
Listen. Sip my tea.
Girl, sip. Let me get the next question while you sip, honey. Ooh, this is a good one. I like this question. I was listening to a podcast, Oprah. I like Oprah, guys. So I was listening to Oprah, and she had this doctor. I don't have the name right now, but I'll put it, yeah? Mm-hmm. He said, we have to begin to ask ourselves the what-if questions. Mm-hmm. What if I do get this loan? What if I do get this? What if I do?
There it is.
What we like to do is say, what if I don't? What if, and we're worried. But what if you had everything that you needed? Then what? What would you do?
And most of us be confused.
So I'm going to pose you that same question. What if all of your needs were met? You don't need a thing.
It would just be me learning. I'm still in the process of this, but mastering myself and becoming more disciplined. Because I realized that it's not about what you get. I can manifest anything. Anything.
Say it for the people in the back.
Okay, I'm created in the image of God. I got God-like powers. I can manifest anything, but I have an issue when it comes to me. I don't be knowing what to do with it.
Oh, my.
Like the most of us. People say, oh, if I want $1 million today. If you want $1 million today, you going to have $0 next year because you don't know how to spend it. You don't know what to do with it.
Can I show you what's the next question?
Oh, okay.
$1 million. Okay. This is so good.
To tell y'all. Nah, for real. It's just self-mastery. I'm no longer asking for more because I got more. And then I almost lost it because I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. I'm asking for the discipline. I'm asking to master myself. Because if you don't have discipline, you're going to shout a little bit.
This is getting me excited because I'm like, yes. Yeah. We need to focus on this.
Yeah. I think the issue is we don't focus enough on ourselves. We're not taught to. Yeah. It's just like what we were just talking about. We're not taught to self-praise. Most people would be like, that's a sin. Mm-hmm. You praising yourself. That's a sin. Well, why would I not? Why would I not?
I'm dope. Created in the image of the King.
Yeah. Like, what's up? It's like we don't have a balance between our spiritual or religious world and this flesh we living in right now. You got to have a balance between the two because we're in this experience right now. You can't be too spiritual. You ain't here with us walking around on foot.
Be real about this thing, y'all.
Okay. Just focus more on self, man.
Mastering self.
I feel like the more I focused on myself, and at first, I went through a stage where I felt like I was doing something that was going against God because we're not taught that. But the more and more I got into it, I'm like, dang, man, I feel like my relationship got a little stronger actually than it was before.
Come on, we closer.
Cause okay,
Because
so
if you're not in tuned and in alignment with yourself,
you can never be fully in tune with actual God that you're thinking of,
or anybody else for that
Period.
matter. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
But I
people out here
think-
in relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like, bruh.
I think that is the reason why we haven't been able to get back to our full potential, because we don't realize the true relationship between you and God. Like, it's you.
This is good.
It's you.
This is good.
And they tell Kingdom of Heaven is where? It ain't say out there.
Come on, it's
and
on
we praying and we looking up and all of it. It ain't say that.
It's right here. It is right
And
here.
don't get me wrong, I'm not necessarily religious, but I feel like the truth is the truth, and I resonate with. But
I got you.
There's truth. I feel like there's truth in all of it. All of it came from one truth. It was one thing.
Oh my God.
And
oh
then
my God. Oh
these
my
people
God.
over here decided that they like rule 1 through 5, so they gonna call themselves this.
I like this.
And then these people like 5, 6, 7, 1, and 3. So they call themselves this. That's
Yeah.
it. But it all came from one. Like
We are
we
all
all
one.
come back to that
Definitely.
one connection. Whether you say God, Allah,
Universe.
Jah, whatever, universe, spirit, source,
All of it.
we talking about the same thing.
Word.
Okay? Period.
Let's just put it on out there.
And that's on period.
Oh, what up, Mom? Next question. You ready?
Yes.
This is so good.
I'm excited. What is it?
I'm so, yes. Okay. I feel like this is a heart question
Okay.
to see where your heart is at.
Okay.
If you got $1 million and you could not spend it on yourself, what or who would you spend it on?
The homeless, and people with mental health issues. The homeless really bothers me. Like, I don't understand how we have a church on every corner and every preacher talks about church, synagogue, mosque, whatever. They all over the place.
Yeah.
And whoever the preacher, minister, or whatever, we always preach like the kingdom of God. But we forget about our people that are less fortunate than us, and they're a part of the kingdom too.
Definitely.
The homeless community that's growing in Miami and in LA. Oh my God, LA is the worst. My family's from LA. So I'm there often. And when I tell you, every freaking bridge of the highway, there's tents. It's so bad, like downtown. It's horrible. And I don't understand how we have all these big corporations and these multi-million dollar companies, and there's so many homeless. You got vets that fought for this country, and then it's like the country just throw them away when they done with them.
So, this is an interesting topic. I'll tell you why. For the past year, I have been fortunate enough I got a job with a company called the Jubilee Center of South Broward.
Okay.
Shout out to Jubilee. I love you guys. And I gotta say, this is the best job that I've ever had. We feed the homeless.
That's dope.
And we feed about 125, maybe to 175 people a day.
That's dope.
A day. And there are a lot of people who this is just a snapshot of their lives. This is just a moment in time, and they trying to get their Social Security together. They trying to get their whatever they get, their VA something together, and they're trying to get it together. They're like, I want you to fax this paper for me so that I could get my Social Security check, so I can get this, and I'm trying to set it up. And then you have another part of that community. They're ill.
Yeah.
And it goes to the mental illness part.
They're tapped out.
And they found some type of a substance to soothe whatever it is that they got going on. And they're just not
okay.
They're just there. And it's not a moment in time. It has begun to be a lifestyle for them. And my heart goes out to them, But the reality of the situation is you can't help people that don't want to be helped.
Absolutely. So with that being said,
Yeah.
I guess my focus would be to preventing them from being in that space, because they were everyday people like us at one point.
Word.
Something happened.
Yeah.
What causes people, and I think it's I don't even need to ask what causes people. It's not dealing with, excuse my language, with your shit. Not dealing with it. That goes back to the self-care. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. And I feel like that's another reason why we have youth now. Look at our youth. Everybody's on drugs, popping some type of pill or something, but you got to understand where that comes from. I'm the type of person, I think of things in a psychological way. I don't ever look at somebody and say, oh, they just that way. No, something happened to alter their thinking to make them be like this.
Yeah, we spoke about the root of the thing.
Exactly. So when it comes to that, I think it's because we're not doing the healing. And we just keep on having babies and keep on repeating that same energy and wonder why we have this big problem. And if we don't get a hold on it, it's going to get worse. You got children that's 13, 14 years old, opioids.
Yeah.
I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Opioids, we're like number one, I think, right now for the opioid crisis. I just lost my sister to opioids. Like, it's a big thing because people are so trapped up in here. That's why I said, I don't care how much you go to church and all of that stuff. If you don't deal with them 4 people talking in your head, sus. And first of all, if you want to stay in the religious realm, prayer without work is what? Dead. You can sit up and pray and talk about God all day long, but if you're not actively putting in the work for yourself, you're not going to get there. So I think we got to start tapping back in with self. That's why with Highly Texture, even though it's a hair and body care line, my focus is to really get people to tap back into self, because we're dying out here.
You know, I believe that things are starting to shift.
Absolutely.
I think that things are starting to shift because there are more black people. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. There are more black people that are more interested in
opening up and speaking about it.
Opening up about mental health.
And listen, I don't like to toot nobody horn, but I have to say I'm gonna have to take it for us millennials, because I feel like we were the ones that were like, all right, now we
gotta
crazy.
figure something out.
We crazy, and we need some help.
Yeah.
And mama, you can say I'm not you crazy because you made me crazy, so and it's cool. But we gonna talk about this.
I'm going to get help.
Okay.
Or whatever.
But we need to acknowledge the fact that we got a problem, and it's okay to speak out about these things. Like, as a people, we've been through a lot.
A whole lot.
And I'm not even talking about just slavery, post-slavery, after, even nowadays, every single day. We just had, I don't know if y'all heard about what happened in Columbus, where the boy got shot by the police with a sandwich in his hand coming home from the dentist, put his key in his own door.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, like,
this is not okay.
It's an issue, like, we're dealing with so much, and I feel like it's easy because I went through a time where I felt like, you know, our parents' generation was like real judgy on us. But like, we had to have a own conversation with our parents too. Like, well, y'all can talk about us all y'all want to, but we are a reflection of y'all. We are all a reflection of each other. So if something going on over here with sis, you need to be looking at you and everybody else that's around sis to figure out what's going on. We're here for each other. That's another thing. I think don't get me wrong, self-care is important, because you got to have that first. You got to master self first before you can help someone else. But don't get so caught up in just you that you're not playing your role out in society with everybody else.
Absolutely.
We're here to balance each other out.
Ooh, yes.
I'm not supposed to be going through this on my own, because you done already went through it, and you can give me some pointers and be here for me for that.
Absolutely. But when be a support for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when we close each other off, when we close ourselves off and talk about each other and judge each other, it's hard to open up about those things, which I definitely feel like that's shifting. But the fact that we're having this conversation even now, can you imagine our grandparents? They weren't talking about none of this.
Let me tell you something.
They even had opportunity to talk about their problems.
At all.
that's why I say I'm thankful for the ancestors. I'm not going to judge them. I'm aware of what happened and why we got here, but I could never judge them because I didn't live in their time. I didn't live.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been back then. They gonna kill me. I got too much mouth.
I was gonna be on somebody's tree
I'm telling you, I would have been hung.
today.
She talk too much.
Sit her down. Go.
And we gonna make an example out of her. I would have been the example.
Trust.
So I can't even fathom having to go through what they weren't allowed to talk about having a business. My aunt straight up told me, she said, open up a business.
Yeah.
She said, you better be lucky you allowed to go get a business. We had to go to work or go to college. That was it. But everything happens for a reason. It wasn't their journey to have these conversations. It was ours.
And I'm glad that we're having them conversations.
I feel honored to be in that number.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, when the saints go marching.
Hey.
I love it.
Yes, ma'am. What you got for me?
Okay. I want you to complete this phrase for me.
Oh, boy.
The world needs
balance.
Why?
Because that is what life is about. Everything is about balance. Our solar system, we have those planets and the sun and the moon for a reason. It all creates balance. The plants here on the earth, everything, every living being creates balance. And we're off balance, and that's the problem. We're off balance as far as our roles go, of being men and women.
Ooh, don't even.
Okay.
Oh,
and we just gonna set that right there.
Set it on down.
We're off balance as far as even roles like in society. Like we're going and working jobs. I'm not supposed to be working no job. You wonder why you're miserable.
Come on.
Like we're off balance, period. Even just with creation, like creating life and things like that. We're not creating life in the right circumstances. Everything's off balance, and I think that is the reason why all of this is like this. Everything, every single aspect, from the government to the way we eat, everything is off balance. We got GMO food. Food ain't supposed to be genetically modified. That's why we messed up, because we eating it.
Correct.
Help. Listen, but we can help ourselves on that one.
My goodness.
We gotta start doing more for ourselves, and it's gonna be more work. Cause
I was just about to say, we got to pay a little bit more attention.
But the thing is I feel like we think it's more work because we're not programmed to do this much work. Like our ancestors were used to doing this. Like I grew up with a garden in my backyard. No matter how much money we did or did not have, my grandma and my mom, we didn't play that. We grew our own vegetables. People don't know how to grow their own vegetables. So you're not in control of what you're eating anymore. We don't know how to catch. The man that can catch the fish is way better off than the man that can just go buy the fish.
I can fish, guys. I'll catch you a fish. I'll catch you a fish. All cameras. I catch you a fish. I catch y'all some fish, okay? I got y'all. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. As we were talking about earlier, whenever I go back home to Haiti, I always say this because I'm like, I could go there for sometimes it's a short trip and I'll go for like 3 days. I promise you, my skin be looking like, hello, good morning. Hello. I be looking like, oh, I need to live here. So the goal is to build a house in Haiti.
That's what's up.
And live, man, and eat on my land.
And that's real.
You feel me?
And that's where I'm at.
I love it.
I don't need land. It don't even got to be no house on there yet. Just give me the land.
It's a beautiful thing. When my grandfather, my mom was able to get him a visa for about 4 years. And he was with us for this time, and we had our own potatoes, tomatoes, watermelons. Like, I remember we had a chicken in the, a turkey in the backyard. And then, I got kind of close to the turkey. But the turkey was for Thanksgiving. I ain't really know.
Poor turkey.
Right. But we fed that. Like, we took care of that turkey.
Absolutely.
Like, when my grandfather was here, it was,
that's how it should be. That's how we keep the control. And in a minute, we ain't gonna have no choice but to go back to that, because this government, I don't care what nobody say. And just so y'all know, I'm that friend.
I don't care what nobody say.
Okay. But they be like, oh, you believe in all the conspiracies. Listen, they ain't conspiracy theories, okay? I'm just saying they be lot of little evidence that be there. I'm just saying.
On evidence.
We're not gonna have no choice in a minute.
Yeah.
Because look at the quality of food that's out. Like, even when you read in the ingredients and stuff like that, like, yo, the other day when I was just telling you that I was listening to Mr. Farrakhan, he's talking about how when they create these weapons, they have waste and they put them in drums, toxic waste. Now, before they were burying them in the ocean, in the bottom of the ocean, which I feel like is BS too, because anything can happen and that stuff can leak out. And then what happens to our oceans? But now it's getting to the point where people are making deals. Because money runs this country, unfortunately. They're allowing them to pay to bury them in the ground. Then you go purchase the land, don't know what the hell is really underneath, and you start growing your food. Now you eating food that got toxic waste in the soil. Like, people don't. This is why we got to get back in touch with self. All of this comes with it. We supposed to know about soil's mad important. If the soil's messed up, your food is gonna be messed up too. So we're not gonna have no choice. I'm not saying everybody should know how to grow a few things, and I'm speaking to myself. I'm working on it now.
I'm looking like, shoot, I gotta get my kids started on this thing.
No, for real,
so they can be ready.
But see, that's real school. That even go back to the time that we in right now. In a minute, you ain't gonna be able to send your children to school unless they got that vaccine. Period. If you think they not about to push that agenda, you go ahead and quote me in a couple 6-7 months and see what I'm saying. Like,
my kids
you can
gonna be
see
at the crib.
But that's what I'm saying. We got to get back to that. Keep your kids at home. Get up out of their schools and stuff so you have more control over what's being exposed to your children. Not only just in the educational system, but with their food,
which is
too.
trash.
Look at this stuff. Exactly. The education system sucks. Real schooling should be at home. When we out there in that garden, how many square feet these peppers got to be away from each other? What type of fertilizers and stuff do we have to mix for the soil? That's chemistry. That's math. What happened to home ec class? You
they
get
took
up
it
and
out?
up. They did. For a reason, because they don't want you to do nothing for self. They want you to be dependent on their everything, their government, their food system, and all of that. And that's how we got where we at right now. But if we take that, we don't have to do these things. That's the thing. We get a choice. We just can't be lazy about it.
I challenge you. I challenge you. I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to post the plant.
Oh, we do it.
Let's plant something.
Yes.
I don't know. What are we going to plant?
Okay, well, let's start with something easy.
Let's
do onions.
Onions is
green
easy.
Onions are very easy.
Okay.
The next time you go to the store and buy some green onions, cut the bottoms of them off.
Okay.
Stick them in water. The tops are going to start sprouting on their own. Put them in dirt. They grow really fast. They're super easy. Peppers are a little bit more difficult. I'm struggling with them on the patio. I got 3.
Come on, peppers.
Okay. But we get in there. Yeah. But let's start with that. I think that'll be fun.
I like it. I like it a lot.
We have to start normalizing these things and making them fun, making them the culture, making them like setting new standards instead of just listening to Megan Thee Stallion all day and learning how to twerk the best.
Let's just add
a little. I ain't saying don't do it.
Twerk.
I'm saying it's a balance.
Oh my!
Remember when we talked about that balance?
Come on, twerk. You can't balance it out and plant something
those
today.
Seeds.
I love it.
Come on, Pop.
Yes. That's good. That's good. Onion.
Love it.
All right, I'm gonna plant an onion. Y'all playing with me today. I'm gonna get this onion here.
Oh man, this is funny.
Yes,
I love it.
One word that can describe how you feel right now.
I feel aware. Ooh. And I'm thankful for that. Because it was a long time where I was not aware and I was constantly repeating the same habits and insanity. That's basically what it was.
Straight up.
Expecting something different, doing the same thing over again because I wasn't aware. And see, that's where you break down that conscious and that subconscious mind. And we're going to talk about that on episode 2.
Come on, episode 2.
Yes. that subconscious
I
and
love
that
it.
conscious mind. Conscious
Yes.
mind is when you know you're making decisions, but baby, that ain't the one you need to be worried about.
My mind. What's up?
It's that subconscious that makes all the real decisions.
Yeah. Because that's where your intent comes from. That's where your motives come from.
And you know, if you're not consciously
My.
aware, you won't know that these are motives or where these motives come from, or you won't know what these triggers are, the things that keep making you do these things. You're not in tune. That's why I keep saying you gotta stay in touch with self, because if you're not in touch with yourself, you can't differentiate the difference between something consciously happening and subconsciously happening.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you don't know you're aware if you're not tapped in.
Yeah.
So many of us, you don't see, everybody has it. You see somebody that you went to high school with, you look up at 50 and they doing the same thing.
And you be looking like,
you still didn't, they're not aware.
I thought they're not
aware.
graduate from that.
I'm telling you, they're not aware. So,
Yeah.
and don't think I got it all figured out, because baby,
honey,
I don't. I don't.
I work in progress.
Sounds real good, but applying it is different.
Hey, big facts.
No, getting the knowledge and applying it is two completely different things.
Big facts, big facts. But I think, just like we said before, with rewarding ourselves with small victories, when you have a choice to make, excuse my French, but a shitty decision, and a not shitty one, and you make the one that is not, I think that deserves
absolutely.
Ooh, that deserves
yourself.
Yeah, man, because we all have choices.
Gonna do it for you,
and we all got choices. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely,
we all have choices to make, and we should definitely acknowledge.
Absolutely,
acknowledgement.
And anybody that you have around you that's telling you that you tripping or something for praising yourself, you need to excuse them out of your circle. Try to get them on over, but if they don't hop on the boat, sis, you need to get them off. Period. Don't let
get
nobody,
them a life jacket or whatever.
No, for real. Don't let nobody think, like, make you feel no type of way. Like, cause I've had to stop dealing with certain people from those type of things. Like, I would walk around the house and be like I'll go through something and be like, man, I'm so proud of myself. And it sounds weird saying it. It's gonna sound weird. I'm gonna just tell y'all that now. It ain't. I ain't gonna say it ain't never gonna sound normal, because you want to get to the point where it sounds normal. But it does. It's because we're not used to it, and it does feel weird when you praise yourself. Yeah. But, like, they would be like, okay, you made a decision. Okay, you don't need nobody like that around you. Period. Because when I call you and tell you that I made this, I need, yes, be happy for me. And that's the thing. We'll quickly sit on the phone and gossip about all the negative stuff. But then when we do something great, it's like we always brush our people off. Like, okay, what you want, a cookie? Nigga, yeah.
Give me a cookie. I want some milk too.
Okay. And a candle.
Stop playing with me. Yeah, man.
Nah, for real, man. That self-praise is very, 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 very important. And we do it to children. But then for some reason, once they get a certain age, we stop. When babies are young and they walking for the first time or do something, we like, yay! Yes. And they clap and they like, yay, me! And then all of a sudden we get older and it's like we get disconnected from that. Like,
yeah, man.
And then when someone wants some praise or something, we like, girl, like, sit down. Okay. Like, you was on TV. Who cares? Like, okay, everybody else was. Like,
yeah. My sons, right? So we're doing homeschooling. Give thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't like it a whole lot, but I'm thankful. And normally they're like, Mom, I just finished my math homework. I'm like, okay. Mom, I just did this. And I'm like, why are you reporting every doggone thing that you're doing? They're looking for affirmation.
That's right.
You know, they're looking for me to affirm them.
That's right.
And so this one day I said, okay, we're gonna have to negotiate Christmas, because y'all are just not, you're not sitting down. The teacher is complaining that you're not completing your work, and when you're getting up, you're missing instruction. Right. So sit down and listen and be thorough and blah blah blah.
Right.
And they're like, okay. So this one day they're like, okay, we're gonna sit. I guess they had a little plan amongst themselves. I don't know what twins do, but they probably look. So I walked by. I said, hey, and they're like, yes. I said, I just want to say that I'm proud of you guys for just sitting down and not, coming back and forth into my office because I have them at work with me in my conference room, girl. Thank you to my job for allowing me to have my children with me. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh my God. But yeah, and when we went home that day, we got into the car. My son, Caleb, shout out to my son, my baby, my middle child. He said, Mom, I said, yes, son. He said, we liked it when you said that we were good today. And I was like, yes, son, you were good. You were so good. Girl, I was like, oh. So, yeah, them being 8, I didn't feel like I needed to give them the constant affirmations, but they need it.
You never stop needing it. You never stop needing it.
Yeah, it's important.
Relationship. When your husband makes it whatever at the job, honey, I'm so proud of you. And people need that to keep going, yo. Like, you need that encouragement, man. That's what I'm saying. Check your circle. Check your circle. If sis get quiet when you walk downstairs with your bomb little outfit on while everybody else saying you cute, might need to reconsider. Okay? When you talking about your accomplishments and everybody else jumping up and down and they just on their phone. Ooh. I'm talking to you. Okay? Yeah, I'm just saying, watch people responses. That's real. Watch people responses, because I'm telling you. And a lot of times, I'm not even going to say, I don't like saying like, oh, they hating and stuff like that. Because again, there's a cause and effect to everything. I don't even think that it's necessarily that people are hating. I think that when they see other people reach certain goals, it makes them look at themselves and say, dang, why didn't I do that?
But that's the point.
So it may come off as like they're hating, but really they upset that they
at themselves.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's where introspection comes in.
Right.
Look within. How can we make this happen now?
Absolutely.
How can I make a move?
Absolutely.
If we're not encouraging each other, that's just another step. You know what I'm saying? Another way to encourage each other. I dig it.
Yes.
I dig it.
I love it.
Yes.
Digging the sand, digging on you. Why was I listening to that at like 11, 12?
Cause
my mom had it on tape. That Crazy Sexy Cool album.
It's a vibe.
I know about that. Had it on cassette.
Come on, cassette.
Was playing it in the basement.
Listen,
I wasn't supposed to be.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little. Right. Okay. This is my last question.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say that it's been illuminating speaking to you. I'm thankful that we met on that yacht.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Tiana.
Shout out to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it was her brother's birthday.
It was her brother's birthday, yes.
Shout out to brother birthday.
Yes.
If
shout out to
birthday.
Tristan. But yeah, I'm thankful that we met that day because we connected, of course, because of hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shall I just be using my little box color? And she was like, what? I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry. But I'm thankful that you said yes to be a part of this show, Ventilate and Vibe. And I hope that y'all are enjoying y'all Sunday. I hope that you guys are having a really, really, really good day. And I hope that you will join us.
Yes.
As we plant onions.
Yes.
She gonna have peppers. I don't have an onion because it grow faster or whatever. So this is my last question. Mm-hmm. What is next? I love the size. I love them.
Okay. So 2 things.
Yeah.
For Highly Texture is expanding. I'm really tapping into the highly textured lifestyle, is what I would like to call it.
I love it.
I feel like most people look at my brand and they think that I'm just a hair and skincare line, but the self-care portion and the nutrition and all of that stuff is what's really important to me. So I want to push that and make sure that people are grasping that aspect more than they're coming for the products.
I dig it.
Don't get me wrong, I want you guys to buy products, but I'd rather you guys have the education and the information more than just buying the products, because if I'm not around, you know what to do.
Word.
But still go to that website and buy them products. Buy highlytextured.com.
Buy them products.
And if you order by the 19th, I believe you can get it by Christmas.
Order by the 19th.
Make sure you do.
Or whatever. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
And then other than that, I love teaching.
Yeah.
And I love speaking. So I want to expand in those areas, doing more classes,
Workshops and stuff,
speaking.
yeah?
Yes, speaking more, but not just hair. Like I really have. I really feel like part of my purpose is to help people. And as far as with the mental health thing goes, like I've had my own struggles. I've watched my family go through it, and I feel like at this point, it's like God's like, okay, you keep trying to run away from this and act like this ain't you. But sis, this you.
Come here. Let me tell you
Like
something.
I got you going through this for a reason. So I want to work with I want to work with more people and helping them heal. Um so I would say that that's more for moving forward, speaking more and just connecting with people more.
I love it. I just had a thought. Have you ever thought about having a nursery?
Nursery for children
Plants.
or plants?
Plants.
So
feel
come
like
to my house.
I'm feeling it. I'm like, you should have a nursery.
I feel like I got a nursery in my apartment.
But that'll be a part of your workshops.
So
you know what I mean? Like
my dream is to open up a health and wellness center, and the nursery will be a big part of it.
I dig it.
So I want it to be 24 hours so that anytime you feel like you having a moment, we got somebody there.
Love it.
Come take your shoes off, walk through the garden. Come on, pick these apples or whatever. Because I'm telling you, nature plays a big role in grounding yourself and dealing with depression and anxiety and all of those things. But I want a nursery so bad, and I want to have a part that's kind of like fenced in. So if you want to chill outside without the bugs, you can.
Get a little gazebo.
Look, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of
Exactly.
situation.
Little greenhouse.
You know what I'm saying?
Next to it.
Okay.
But yes, I would love to do that. So we'll see what's in my new future.
I dig it. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Highly Textured for the hair and skincare line, and then you can find me on Designs of Composure on Instagram as well, for all of my artist work. So all the funky fun colors and stuff that I do, you can find on that page. The website is highlytextured.com, and I also have my little podcast too now.
Come on.
Right now, we on Instagram. We doing Instagram Live, so you can catch us on Designs of Composure. On my page, I always stream live on there. And then we also have a Facebook page at Serina Live. And we also have our YouTube channel, which is QTNA Live. So QTNA basically stands for Questions That Needs Answers. And we talk about
QTNA.
random topics.
I love it.
Random topics. It's just candid conversations about everyday experiences.
I dig it. And we're going to have all the links
Yes.
below.
Yes. I'm excited.
This is dope. I'm
was
proud of you.
fun.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm thankful for
I'm
you.
proud of you.
This is all
Leo.
right. Oh, whatever.
Okay, transition.
Come on, House of Saba.
I ain't even
Whatever.
looking at the right camera. Let me look at camera too.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to give a special shout out to the House of Saba. And I think it's safe to say that he is my partner in crime.
All right now.
So I'm thankful for this young man, and I can't wait to just do more amazing things with him. His name is Lou. I don't know if he's gonna come in front of the camera. Are you gonna come?
Shout out to you.
He's coming. There you go. Look there.
Everybody say, hey, Lou.
Look right there. And look there. Look everywhere.
Okay, cameraman.
That's Lou. He's dope. Helping me with the production of the show. I'm very, very thankful for connection.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know what color is going to be next. Right now I'm a blonde, but I don't know. Maybe we could try something.
Yes, we can. Where there's a will, there's a color brush.
Come on, where there's a will, there is a color brush.
There's a palette
Come on today.
out there for you.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just experienced another episode of Ventilate and Vibe. God bless. Give thanks.